It's a great day, my amazing CEOs. Welcome to the CEO Sales Huddle, a place where you can build your 8 to 9 figure sales department, a place where we have this conversation every single morning with one intent, and that's helping you impact lives, by the way. Thank you for joining. Thank you for being a part of this. We appreciate it. You have a lot of choices, and you choose to be with us. And every morning, I like to share our core philosophy that has driven our business, although it's not our idea. Certainly, it's one that's the principle of success, and that is success leaves clues. And what that means is if someone else has done it, so can you. How that applies to you, the busy CEO, the game changer CEO, the amazing CEO, and awesome CEO that you are right now watching, it means that we take a look at a case study. And in taking a look at that case study, we now turn around and say, okay, what were the best practices? What worked, what didn't work? So now we got proven practices that you can use in your sales department. Or we have lessons learned that we don't have to learn ourselves. So let's get started with this morning's case study. Welcome aboard. I'm super excited here. Let's meet Connie Sherman, the mastermind behind Hot Girl Pearls. Imagine feeling like a walking furnace, not just a heat wave, but all year round. Many women experience this during menopause. And Connie faced this exact problem when she was put on a strong medication to prevent breast cancer that turned her life into a sweaty mess. She couldn't enjoy the simple pleasures like wearing wool or attending business meetings without feeling self-conscious. And this constant discomfort was more than just a personal issue. It was a barrier to her professional confidence and effectiveness. Whew. What a way, right? But see, Connie's struggle, it's real. Maybe not to guys, but it's certainly very relatable. And it's something that many people experience, especially many women. Did you know that many women experience similar discomforts that affect their daily lives and work performance? So for Connie, the turning point came in March 10th, 2010, after a snowstorm. And as the snow melted, she dreaded the return of warmer weather. Her frustration sparked a brilliant idea: a necklace filled with cooling gel, like an ice pack, to combat that heat that she was feeling on her body. Now, this innovative solution wasn't just about personal comfort. It was about reclaiming her power and her confidence. Turning an idea into a product, it isn't easy. It's much like trying to navigate a sales cycle. So Connie's journey involved finding the right shape, size, and manufacturer for her cooling jewelry. And after many trials, she finally succeeded. The process mirrors the importance of having a sales strategy. Just like Connie identified a need and filled it, businesses must understand their customers' pain points and offer a solution. You see, a well-defined sales strategy can transform challenges into opportunities, which leads to solving a problem, which leads to increased revenue, which leads to having a sales message inside of a sales strategy and a sales structure. So what's my big takeaway for you? Because the story of Hot Girl Pearls teaches us the value of a solid sales system. Connie's success wasn't just about creating a product. It's about understanding a need and addressing it effectively. For CEOs, the lesson is clear: a strategic approach, using a sales strategy to drive sales growth and impact lives. You do that by focusing on your customer needs and innovative solutions, businesses can thrive. Remember, just like Connie's pearls, your sales strategy should be cool, effective, and always ready to meet the challenge that's ahead. You do that, and you will see your sales go up, up, up and away. With that being said, my name, by the way, is Shay Brown. Once again, welcome to the CEO Sales Huddle. Thanks for tuning in. We appreciate you being here today. And I'd like to share, as we get started, one of our core beliefs, our core mantras. And it's a mantra for every CEO to wear with a badge of honor, especially on behalf of their sales department, okay? And that badge of honor that they wear is just 4 words. Go ahead and jot these 4 words down in your notes, and you can repeat it after me. It's focus on sales. It's focus on sales. As a CEO, every single morning, even if it's just during the CEO Sales Huddle that we get together, that's 15 minutes, focus on sales. You see, as my belief is that if you can't focus on sales, you can't be in business. And you might say, Shay, why? Why is that? Why is that so important? Because sales, at the end of the day, is the oxygen for every great business in history. And here's what I do believe, by the way, when you're focusing on sales, that without sales, and this is something I want you to be aware of, I want you to listen to me, I want you to hear where my heart is coming from. Without sales, there's always more money pouring out than there is pouring in. Shay, make the point. Bring it home right now. Well, sales is serious business. So this conversation we're having right now, this is a serious conversation. So as the CEO, I want you to look on the other side. And as you look on the other side, I want you to say, well, what's my mantra then? What's the mantra be? And our mantra as CEOs, we're going to learn, we're going to earn, and we're going to return. Every single day, we're going to step to the plate. And we're going to have this one saying that you can say with me. Learn, earn, and return. I have to learn something new. Go ahead and jot that down in your notes. In order to earn new revenue from current clients, in order to get old and new clients to return. So I must learn, I must earn, and I must what? Return. But we have objectives. When we get together for the CEO Sales Huddle, there's some objectives we have. We're going to measure our sales progress. We're going to address any roadblocks. And we're going to understand the 5 sales pillars that every CEO must know and understand in order to be successful. And sales pillar number 1 is you must have a one-page CEO sales plan. If you don't have that, we can help you craft that. You can get that copy. Number 2, you must have a sales cycle. What's the cycle you have to go through? We talked about a case study this morning that was so important. And number 3, which is even double important, is that you must have a sales message. You must understand your CEO sales dashboard. That's number 4. Number 5, you must have a 7-figure sales team. Now, these are things every CEO must do. With or without us, this has to happen. So as we step back and we look at it from that lens, as you're watching right now, do me a favor. For those the folks that tune in, look right below the video. If you can do that, if you're on one of the social media streaming platforms or whatever platform you're on, and go ahead and put hashtag I'm here. Hashtag I'm here is the bat signal that you're in this conversation. We're in the conversation together. So go ahead and put hashtag here. If you happen to be on one of the streaming platforms, because maybe you're not on the social media, maybe you're on Roku, you're on Apple TV, you're listening to the podcast, we're in your ears, or we're playing on your sound system right now. Here's what we do know, and here's what we do know for sure, is that we can still connect. How do you do that? You can go over to @IamCheBrown, @IamCheBrown, and drop me a DM. Just let me know you're in the conversation. Let me know what you enjoy most about what you're hearing today. And as we get started, the question I get asked all the time is, why the CEO Sales Huddle, Shay? What's the mission? What's the goals and objectives? The CEO Sales Huddle is a place where CEOs understand, or they gather, to understand how to sell more faster. And we're focused on our big why. Our big why is consistent sales growth, sales accountability, and consistency. And how do we do that? How do we achieve that? We get together for 15 minutes. We only ask for 15 minutes a day. 15 minutes, that's it. 15 minutes. And in this 15 minutes, that's 1% of your day as a CEO. We've got one outcome. So in this 15 minutes, you're working on your sales strategy. 15 minutes, you're working on your sales structure. 15 minutes, we look at your CEO sales dashboard. In the 15 minutes, we even do a case study. So we look at proven practices of other CEOs that you can adopt. Isn't that kind of cool? Like, I don't know where else. It doesn't exist anywhere else on the planet. But what's our number one outcome? Seriously, this is not about me. This is all about you. Our number one outcome is for you to generate $100,000 a month of consistent, predictable, reliable revenue over and beyond whatever you're earning today. You focus on the sales structure for your sales department. You focus on the sales system for the sales department. You focus on the sales message for the sales department. And then that what sales is at the end of the day, isn't it basically a sales message that gets delivered, that gets sent out? And you as the CEO, you allocate the resources. You allocate the sales processes. But in order to do that, the question is, well, how do we do that? I like $100,000. It sounds pretty cool, but where do I go? How do I make sure that's happening? What do I need to measure? What do I need to manage? Here's what I want you to have in your notes. What gets measured gets managed. What gets managed gets better. So we've developed something called the CEO Sales Dashboard because it didn't exist. And inside the CEO Sales Dashboard, there's 5 key areas that we look at. We're looking at leads, appointments, offers, deals, and repeat business. So there's 5 key metrics. What gets measured gets managed. What gets managed gets what? Better. Isn't that so true? So now let's go over there and let's take a look at that. How do you do that? So we're going to now pull up the CEO Sales Dashboard. Now, if you haven't got it, you can go over to CEOsalesDashboard.com and you can go ahead right now and you can download it. Now, inside of here is a couple categories. We have leads, appointments, offers, deals, and repeat business. My first thing I would recommend is you go across the top and you find today's date. So you find today's date. Then I go to the left-hand side and you can put in how many leads came into the sales department yesterday. Now, for all the advanced folks, they share that I'm a little more advanced than that. That's fine. For those beginners, that's a good place to start. For those people who are advanced, then you might want to insert a column, and inside that column, you might want to put your number one product that you want to sell. You put your number two product that you want to sell, not me, you want to sell. And then let's look at how many leads came in yesterday. How many appointments were set yesterday? How many appointments were set the week before? Let's take a look all the way down here because I like to look at one of my favorite of all time is deals. And isn't it cool to go back and look at the results from yesterday and say, well, how many deals came in yesterday? And we can break it down even further so that we can have that there. We can take a look and say, well, how many deals came in that were closed, finished, credit cards in the bank, ACH payment was made, check received, check deposited, check cleared. That's a deal. Then there's pending. And I think pending is so important. You see that there. Pending deals are deals that you're on standby. Hot means you believe they're going to close in the first 10 days. Warm means they're going to close in 10, 11 to 20 days. And cold means anything over 21 days doesn't mean they're not going to buy. It just means that, you've got to continue to nurture them and work with them. And that, to me, that makes a lot of sense. So now it's not an all or nothing. The effort that you put in every single day goes to exactly where it needs to go, which is making sure you have the momentum. And for some people, it's about getting the sales momentum inside of their sales department. Wow. Then we go to the other side. We're going to say, well, let's acknowledge the wins we've had. Let's celebrate wins. Powerful people ask powerful questions. Why? Because questions their focus. And in this life, you get what you focus on. So let's go ahead and take a look at what's working. On the other side, we say, what are you most proud of? You think about the sales department yesterday, the effort you put in, everything that happened yesterday. What are you most proud of in the sales department? And then on the other side, you can go all the way to the other side and say, well, what was the biggest accomplishment yesterday in the sales department? If you can step up right now. And number three, what do you want to brag about? Like you're looking at the sales department, you put in the effort, you put in the work, and you're ready to brag. You better say, man, Jay, this is what I want to brag about. I'm all in. But we also understand every day is not rainbows, cupcakes, and unicorns. How true is that? I wish it was. But it isn't. There's going to be some challenges. There's going to be some high highs. There's going to be some low lows. There's going to be some obstacles. There's going to be some hurdles. And how do we handle that? Let's go look at the hurdles that exist. Powerful people still ask powerful questions because questions their focus. So 3 questions we have. Number 1, what was your biggest roadblock yesterday? Number 2, what's preventing you today from moving forward? And number 3, what's the one thing you can do that if you did it, it would move your business forward right now? You could step into it right now and it could make a difference for you. Powerful people ask powerful questions because questions their focus. And in this life, you get what you focus on. My message of the day is stay the course. My message of the day is stay the course. I mean, believe in your mission, believe in your goals, believe in your objectives. It's not going to be easy, but here's what we know. It's possible. So you're going to stay the course. You take small steps and you get big results. I know it's an old saying, but it's so true. How true is it? There's small hinges, swing big doors. I know that's been said, but it's so true. Sometimes you look up and you're taking little steps and seem like it's no big deal, like nothing changes. And then one day you look up and say, whoa, I took a lot of small steps. And it makes a huge difference. You do that as the CEO, you will see your sales go up, 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 and away. You're amazing. You're incredible. My name is Shay Brown. Thanks so much for joining us. If you got some value and you enjoyed this, pay it forward. Hit the share button. Pay it forward. Tell someone else about it so they can get their business and be part of the CEO Sales Huddle so they can build an 8 to 9 figure sales department. Thanks a lot. God bless, and keep doing God's work. I'll see you all on the other side. Peace.